Okay, anything on this side? Let's try again. Something's really going on. I don't know what's going on. I think we're having a YouTube glitch. Anything? Ooh! You can hear it. Okay. Ooh. Okay, you guys can hear me this time. Okay, I reset my entire system. I disconnected my YouTube channel. I disconnected and reconnected my StreamYard. I don't know what the hell is going on, but give me 1 second. I'm going to have to switch out of here. Hold on. Hold, please. Now that's working. Give me 1 second. I'm going to sit out here. Hold on. I got my hands full. I got like 4 devices in my hand. Sorry. Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay. Let me see now. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find this over here. We might be in business. Might. Enter studio. Are we there? Are we here? Are we here? This is the pain in the butt. Whatever is going on here, it's not my week. Me and tech issues are not friends. Yay. That's crazy too. Okay, good to go. Okay, let me do, hold on, let me see if I can see this. I might have to change. Can I change the title while I'm in here? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys, talk amongst yourself for a minute because I got to see if I can change the title and everything right quick. Because I want to make sure that everybody knows what we're doing. Oh, yep, I can. Okay. Give me a moment. Now that we are cooking with bacon grease, I mean, I guess it's probably just from Betty's hair. That's Betty's hair grease. Sorry, you're going to hear me typing for just a second. Thank you guys for bearing with me during these tech issues. We'll see if this will let us do anything. And then we're going to watch this little video here and discuss some things right quick. Happy August 1st. Oh, I think we got a change. I think we're making progress, people. I think we're in business. Let me get out of here. Look at us go. I'm a big girl now. KCG, that's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to update on whether she's been served or not, because soon, very soon, people will get some updates, but right now for me, it is concern over content. We are going to be reviewing her, but that's the least of anybody's worries, truly, that whether she's been served or not, because no matter whether she's been served or not, she has acknowledged that she knows it exists. So there's that. We look good. Everything looks good on your guys' end. Okay. Yay. Yeah. I'm not here to confirm or anything of that nature. There is going to be, this month is going to be extremely exciting for people. Extremely exciting for people. Yes, you good? Pop quiz. All right, I'm gonna play my intro. Sorry, I'll cut this front section out. You guys are amazing for bearing with me as I go through all this stuff. Dexter's like, I know that my friends are on there and they're gonna hear me whine, and that means I get treats. So I'm gonna whine and whine and whine. Watch me go as his tail's wagging. Okay, we are officially in business. We're going to take a step outside. So I know that there's been a lot of back and forth about where she's at, what's going on. Sometimes you just got to kind of let them play their hand out and think they have the upper hand of things. Trust and believe, people have been keeping an eye on stuff for quite some time. There is a lot that has been moving and shaking in the past couple months. There is a lot of stuff that isn't really for public consumption, in my opinion, because this is about a victim's family being stalked and harassed at the end of the day. Now, there are pieces of it that are, of course, content, and families. Shout out to families that have been stalked and harassed by this person, but huge shout out to the people that are actually taking action at this point in time. And I'm not going to be telling you who's taking action, what's going on there. That will all play out in the court law. People will be protected as should be. What we are going to review is this stream, because I'm officially renaming this group. It's about time families take action, or strangers for that matter. It doesn't matter who it is. When you push people to the limits in any way, shape, or form, you talk about carrying a weapon in live streams, making veiled threats at people. There's going to always be issues that are going to come back around and haunt you in the end of things. I have a feeling that she finally bit off more than she can chew. But again, for me, I'm not jumping the gun on anything. There's a lot of stuff I'm not going to even attempt to dissect publicly, because at the end of the day, like I've said before, it's about safety for her victims. It is not content. It's content as far as like getting this out here and showing everybody what she's doing. I'm not muted. You guys should be able to hear me. Can you guys hear me? Absolutely, twin thing. We only have a few days. Well, you might not even have to wait that long. Can somebody type to Kelly Golightly that she can go out and come back in, please? And thank you. Okay, thank you guys. I'm like, not again. Please, please don't do this shit. Please don't do this shit. She has no idea what's been going on behind the scenes. Say that louder for everybody in the back door. And there's so many people that jump the gun and like scramble to try and dissect stuff. At the end of the day, she's got court, we know, coming up on the 8th, and court coming up on I think it's the 16th with Queen. I am so hopeful that the judge in Queens says enough. This is fucking enough of you doing this to this family for over a year now. The court system needs to stand up to, because she shouldn't be allowed to continue to drag this out in court like that. That is absolutely ridiculous. Nobody deserves that. I don't care how you feel about the people we're discussing. Nobody deserves that. Nobody. Right, B. Tim? So Betty here, my friend, and don't worry about taking this down, because of course it's been screen recorded. Well, it was known about before you even uploaded it. Betty thinks she's got the upper hand of videotaping people her. Well, whoa, and behold, when you go into stores with public cameras and you brag about it on YouTube, chances are that people already know that you're in the vicinity stalking people. I mean, it is what it is. That's my opinion. Allegedly, in my opinion. Brilliant plan, like B Tim said, though. People aren't all up to playing her games. So let's go. Absolutely, B Tim. I've downloaded it, screen recorded it, saved it, and it's sent and stored. Nicole, so good question. I don't know. I guess there's somebody that's really upset. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I can't tell you. Really don't know. So let's go ahead and get into this. Let me just say, if you've been waiting for a show, you might want to tune into a lot of your favorite BHB coverage channels that remain factual. Burnt Toast, Queen Bees has been doing it. Shit. Who else? There's been so many people reviewing BHB lately. Anyways, stay tuned, because I'm sure they will be updating people as this unfolds throughout the next month. But please remain hopeful that victims and their families, that an end to this stalking, and random strangers too. Random strangers. I don't know. I'm not going to confirm, deny. I'm not here to do any of that, whether she's been served, who it is, any of that. It could be the random person from Jack in the Box or Applebee's. We're going to let it play out in the court of law, because it's time that the court of law protects people against egregious behavior like this. So I am taking the liberty of officially renaming the In the Ground debunked, defunded. Well, I don't think it was ever funded. Defunct. You could name it a whole lot of things, of the old Heels on the Ground. We are officially taking liberty of renaming them to Stalkers on the Scene, or the whole Chili's Corporation. Yes, Music City Mom. Yes, Music City Mom. But it's about time that victims, this has gone on for too long. There has been places that have had to make laws because of her behavior, and so on and so forth. It is absolutely ridiculous. But I want you to listen to this. She made a couple points today, but I think she was trying to be smart about it. She wasn't so smart. So let's listen to Betty. This all falls under fair use, under the copyright guidelines. This is for educational purposes only. Well, I guess it is educational, because this is what not to do and put out publicly, and think you're above the law, and think you continue to get away with stalking and harassing victims and their families and strangers in public, because you are a fucking Karen of all Karens. And if your name is Karen, that is no shade to you. It is what it is. Dexter, calm down.
There's Chris's trailer. So by the time you guys even know I'm here, I'm already gone. That's how we roll here on the Bullhorn Betty Show.
Oh, really? By the time you guys will know I'm here, we're already gone. Oh, really? You think so, huh? You really think you got the upper hand at all points in time, don't you? Do you really think for 1 second that people don't pay attention, don't catch on to things, haven't been? You know that vision that psychic we watched last night said about the empty warehouse? I think she might have gotten it wrong. I think what she was implying was an empty jail cell. I think that's what they might have been talking about by the empty building. It's just calling her name. She'll be lucky to get a pillow.
God bless. From the East Coast to the West Coast, we are everywhere. True crime is. We are asking for the public's help. We are searching in the woods. We are doing what it takes here on the Bullhorn Betty channels to find answers to the most alarming cases we have been watching on the news.
You know what? It's kind of ironic that she says that. The most horrific cases would include Betty. Betty is kind of a case herself these days. This is actually turning into a true crime story all on its own. The Betty true crime story. I bet she never thought she would be the story, huh? It's interesting and ironic when roles reverse, isn't it? But we don't need to watch her little intro because we already know what she's up to. Look at her in all of her glory out here, proudly stalking all of the victims and their families. And her little buddy, Olivia, who was once upon a time a part of Heels on the Ground, aka Stalkers on the Scene.
Hey guys, so the gig is kind of up. I'm going to have to break the news at some point that I'm not in Florida. Right now, I'm in
No, she is not in jail. I said, I think that's what the psychic was envisioning. Please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. Again, very clear. We watched Silver's on the Scene, bring in a psychic, talk about. If you didn't watch last night, you probably won't understand some of the jokes that I'm going to inlay today. So I'm not going to be breaking any information for you. I'm not going to be jumping the gun. I'm not going to be confirming anything. I'm not going to be doing any of that. We are going to watch this and crack jokes.
Mississippi and following a few leads out here. And I decided I was ready to come by and take a look at the Yogi Bear campground and decide whether Chris is here, whether he's been lying to us about his job, whether he even has a job at St. Jude's, and whether his camper is here. Now, I'm unsure about a lot, but I'm 4 minutes away from where he's allegedly camping at. So
why is she so scared? Why is she so scared to park her car? Yes, this is actually, I'm going to scroll up and scroll down. This right here, my friends, was just posted a couple hours ago. This was posted today. She has taken and recorded herself as she's been on her little stalking trip out there in Mississippi and further. But this was posted today. She thought that she was getting IBF. Did you hear me? Hopefully. This is her preloaded video that she just dropped a couple hours ago. Oh, yeah. You guys, this is the new video. Yes. Yep. Yes, it is. Yeah, she took Dr. Phil. Yep. 3 hours ago is what it officially says.
So here you see, there's the Yogi Bear campground. And I'm on foot right now.
No, you're not being rude. I was just making sure that you could hear me in what I said about when this was from. We've been having tech issues, glitch issues. So I don't know if you guys can actually hear me, if you're on a delay or not. So You're totally fine, IBF. I was just making sure.
I parked at a local store, which I'm a patron of. Thought we would come here because
why didn't she wait for her buddy Silver's on the scene to protect her? You know, because he's such a brave, heroistic creature himself, out there saving. I don't even know what he's saving, because he's not saving my brain cells when we have to watch him. He's not saving his sniffer. I don't know. You know what's ironic about the whole thing is Silver has posted a video proudly showing a shovel that he was buying. I don't necessarily think that they understood the kind of digging that they were actually doing.
We haven't heard hide nor hair from Katie or Chris. And naturally, I want to walk on.
Why do you think that is? Anybody have any questions of why certain people don't know what's going on? Why would she hear from Katie and Chris anyways? Why do people think that Katie and Chris owe the public a single thing? They have a missing child. I think they have bigger things to worry about than what the YouTubers want from them.
Easements. There's no sidewalks here, so all you can do, well, there's a sidewalk over there, which I'll probably cross the road and walk on the legitimate sidewalk.
I feel like we've taken this drive for those of you that have been over here with me for quite some time, especially last night. I feel like we've seen this same, path way too many times recently, because there's not just one person out there stalking Christopher Proudfoot at his RV park, but there is not only two, but there's at least 3 different characters who have been stalking Christopher Proudfoot's RV. Don't forget Nancy Drew, who was going by and recording constantly and sending it to T-Rev. I know some people forgot about that, but there has been at least 3 different Betty, Silvers, and Nancy Drew out there recording and following these people around.
But there you go. The problem is where he was stationed before. He has a Montana.
Oh, are you sure he has a Montana? Because last week, Spanky out there, your buddy over here, your crony in misinformation, was comparing 2 different angled photos of the same RV and saying, oh my gosh, the skylight, that's rounded. No, it was just a different angle. Oh my gosh, it's a different color. No, it was a different light saturation. But sure, go on with your bad self. You guys are investigative geniuses.
And I don't see the Montana here. I thought I saw him creeping and parking next to a cabin.
She thought she saw him. So before she even started recording this, she had eyes on the RV park. She was in the area already scouting things out. So she knows he's parked there. This is all just a dramatic reading, I guess, of sorts.
She's right here. See the black truck? But I can't tell if that's his or not. There's the Montana, so it is his. So there's the Montana, and it looks like there's Chris's truck hidden away. Hidden away right there.
Actually, it's kind of parked in plain sight in the RV park. It's probably just parked back there, so he's not taking up extra space. Some RVs take up a lot of space in the site, so it could just be where they asked him to park.
Out of the eyesight of people. Now I'm here.
I don't know what's wrong with these people's vision. I'm just going to say it right now. I have no idea, but we heard Silvers, say that he couldn't see things. There was things that were right in front of him too. Meanwhile, they are all right off this main road. Anybody driving by the main road, and obviously you can see it is highly driven. a lot of traffic on this road, but it is hidden in plain sight. Once again,
as you can see, he's still there. That is his, well, he has a GMC.
This is the culmination of multiple days that she's been there.
I thought he had a Chevrolet, so maybe that isn't his. I see that it's that one there, it's parked there is a GMC.
It's all pre-recorded, you guys. She's got multiple clips in here at different times in different stages. So all of this was pre-recorded and on her different stalking journeys. Yeah, it's bad. Trust me. And then she put them all together. And here she thinks she's so smart. She thinks she's ahead of everybody. She thinks she's untouchable.
And there's Chris's Montana. So when
trying to play this cat and mouse game is what she's trying to play. She's trying to act like she's one step ahead, and truly she's been about 15 steps behind.
I need to find out if he's parking in another vehicle or if he's parking someplace else. But I was here last night and he was not at his camper. And it doesn't appear like anybody is at his camper. And it stays that way for quite some time. So there's the cabins and everything like that. And we have new home sites over here. So we do have a lot of different information going on. But here you go. This is the campground right here. And there's Chris's RV. And I thought Chris was parking someplace else, but that's a GMC. So unless he's borrowing somebody else's car, he hasn't been staying here.
You know, again, just a reminder, you see, it is a 4-lane highway right off the road. You can see it in plain sight, but she continues to allude that in some way, shape, or form, all of a sudden, his truck is hidden.
So what do you think about this new information? As you can see right behind me is the Yogi Bear campground. I have been here through the week. He hasn't been coming to his camper. I believe they're renting this.
I have been here through the week. Did you catch that? I have been here through the week. So we know the last time she was home, because she made this whole ordeal about getting bit by a fucking squirrel. So she leaves her home. Or did she leave her home? Or did she record those videos and load them on live?
Spot here as a decoy. I don't believe he works at St. Jude's anymore. He hasn't moved. He hasn't come home. He hasn't.
Yes, and she threw an old footage too, Duchess. Yep. She is trying to pretend that she is a step ahead of the game. She is, I've been here. She's trying to throw everybody off of her location. Well, guess what? When you stalk and harass random people, families going through their worst time, they are always going to know what's going on.
Left. He hasn't. So nobody's here. And I guarantee when I go by their house later today, they will be there. I don't think Chris is staying here. I don't know why he's keeping his camper here. It makes me wonder because, you know, they can get a search warrant for his camper, even if it's in Mississippi.
He's playing all sorts of games, you guys. It's not even funny with her time frame and what she is really attempting to play games. It is, like I said, she's playing a cat and mouse game, and she doesn't quite realize that she's the mouse.
And I'm wondering if he's keeping.
She thinks she's the kitty. Rawr. Rawr. But she's actually the little meek mouse with their tail about to get caught in the trap.
Here to make it more difficult for a search warrant potentially.
That's my opinion, in my opinion only.
We're hearing that there were forensics done. I'm going to find that out. I'm not leaving the state of Tennessee without knowing for sure. But I'm here, folks. And I'm sorry for deceiving you, but I'm sure you understand exactly why I had to. I would not be able to get my work done.
I'm sorry for deceiving you. I think the only person you're deceiving is yourself at this point in time, because honestly, you've gotten yourself to believe that you're ahead of everything, that you're untouchable, you're ahead of the law, you're above the law of sorts. You really have delusions of grandeur. You really think that the law does not pertain to you and that you can do whatever you want and call it advocacy. You think that because the father, the biological father, has co-signed your behaviors, that you can continue to go on with them. And somehow, some way, he might have some pull and nothing's going to get affected. Well, that ain't going to work out for him or you, because let me remind you, he's not a sheriff, a deputy sheriff. He's a correctional officer.
With people constantly interfering with my business. This is what we do. We continue to do it over and over again. We fight for these victims. We fight for these cases.
I want to remind you of what she said. I'm going to rewind there because she mentioned her business. People are interfering with her business. She is so delusional, in my opinion, that she thinks that she has a business. It is her business. It is her job. Now, let me remind you, she is not a licensed PI. She is not law enforcement. She does not do anything or work on behalf of the media. She is not an independent investigative journalist. She has zero credentials. She is basically a front row hoe. I guess this is her pretty woman walk. Pretty woman walking down the street, headed to the next Trump meet.
Done. With people constantly interfering with my business. This is what we do. We continue to do it over and over again.
Oh, yeah. And, well, about that pew pew, we'll just leave that right now.
We fight for these victims. We fight for these cases. And more importantly, we fight for their families when they're being unnecessarily attacked, which is what
I love that movie, by the way. Julia Roberts is amazing. I love that whole freaking movie. That was one of my favorite movies growing up. And this is absolutely no shade, because even putting her in a sex worker, there is no shade to sex work at all. Do what you need to. I have nope. I'm just cracking on Betty again. That's it. So let's not misconstrue that either. But she would be, yeah. Anyways,
what's happened to Seth. And of course, naturally, I probably wouldn't have worked as hard on this case if it wasn't for bad actors attacking a disabled innocent man that has a disabled son missing.
So she is now referring to Seth as a disabled man because she has armchair diagnosed him. You know, Seth's mother worked in the medical profession for a long time, as everybody knows. And this never came out until Betty came into the picture. I'll let it play again and then we'll talk about it.
And of course, naturally, I probably wouldn't have worked as hard on this case if it wasn't for bad actors.
Bad actors like herself.
Attacking a disabled innocent man.
Disabled innocent man that calls himself a suspect. Sorry, hold on. I got to yell at the dog. She's trying to go out to the pool and she doesn't swim. And her eyesight's not that good. She kind of reminds me of Betty. And that's an insult to poor Bella. Okay. Excuse me, what? That didn't even become a thing. That's never been a thing. Seth now says that. But we've been hearing him say that he's returning to work as soon as his doctor gives permission. They can't quite pick a lane of which way they're going. I know, poor Bella, right?
That has a disabled son missing. and most likely at the hands of the boy's mother and stepfather, something bad may have happened to him. And for people to be attacking him is disgusting. I'll never understand it, but we do believe that there is true evil in this world, and I believe part of that evil is right here on YouTube. This is Bullhorn Betty, and I'm in front of the Yogi Bear campground. I have been walking, I have been researching, and more importantly, today, I'm going to be asking a lot of questions to a lot of people in this area, including businesses that have supplies, right?
Okay. You catch what's going on here? We don't know what his abilities are. Let's not even try to assume anything in the chat. We really don't know. We're not privy to that information, nor do we need to know. That's not even involved. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is a missing 15-year-old from Hendersonville, Tennessee. It has nothing to do with sus abilities, disabilities, anything like that. But she continues to put this in here to paint this other picture of this story. It's none of our business, sus background, medical history, anything. But she all of a sudden decided to try and, stack the deck, I guess, of poor me's that she wants everybody to. These are the things. This is what they're doing. It is so bad. Chasing.
Right? Shovels, axes, chainsaws, anything and everything. I'm going to be talking to local.
Did you catch that right there? This is what she's looking for. Stores that carry supplies like chainsaws, hacksaws. How many towns have hardware stores? I don't know of many. She's supposedly at this point in time, Emerald Skies, she is out of the area. By the time she drops this video, and she'll tell you that in a minute, she is implying once again that they did something really nefarious. And yeah, this is even worse than bloop, dropped off a body. I wonder if she got CCTV footage of sniffers in the air going in and buying his shovel.
That have supplies, right? Shovels, axes, chainsaws, anything and everything. I'm going to be talking to.
I mean, most hardware stores carry that stuff. Oh yeah, she's definitely taunting them. She is definitely doing absolutely everything to try and torture and taunt them. And remind you, every single one of these videos that she's doing this, she has Sebastian Rogers tagged in the title. Tagged in the title. Every bit of it. Oh, yep, she's got her press pass on. Yeah, yep, that she printed off on her 1980s, pull out printer, I guess. I don't know what you would call that monster machine. Oh, you guys are going to love this.
Local store workers and see if they have any information that might lead to the whereabouts of Chris on February 25th and February 26th. We are in Mississippi, folks.
Meanwhile, law enforcement, the people who are actually in charge of this case, so many people are so stuck on stupid. It's unbelievable. So, couple things here. Sebastian went missing on February 26th. Law enforcement definitely has looked into the whereabouts of anybody close to Sebastian on those days. They know the timeline and everywhere they were. And if you think for 1 second that they do not have that information at this point in time, 5 months in, then you might want to pull your head out of your ass, because they absolutely do. And for those that have a brain and can pick up where I'm headed with this, he was across state lines. His camper is across state lines. Can Sumner County cross state lines to investigate things? Is there other agencies assisting in this case? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself, what what might happen if somebody was across state lines? Would they ask a partnering agency to help potentially?
We are in Mississippi. If anybody hasn't figured it out, my ending Saturday is going to be Georgia. So by the time you guys even know I'm
federal, it's not a federal crime. There's been no crime that's been actually factually committed at this point in time. It's an open investigation, not a criminal investigation. Let me remind you that. But when they are looking into everything, we've heard that they brought the Secret Service in to go through the data, right? Everybody remember that? FBI already checked it out, Betty. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Well, she's crossed state lines because she's not from Tennessee anyways. She's from Florida. So she's completely out of jurisdiction, way out of her. I mean, she don't have any jurisdiction anywhere, period, point blank, end of story. But Sumner County doesn't have jurisdiction over these areas as is. It's across state lines. So they would have to, in order to confirm alibis, things of that, the Secret Service was brought in to go through data. We've been told that. These are things that have been factually told, even though the noise in the story has led people to believe that there's all these opportunities for all these conspiracies and things that have happened or potentially happened. That's not factual.
here, I'm already gone. That's how we roll here on the Bullhorn Betty Show. God bless. Hey, this is Bullhorn Betty.
I'm going to need, next time you do this, Betty, if you really want to be a part of Stalkers on the scene, you're going to need to do a cut like your buddy Sniffers does. I'm going to need a little more effort from you to land this documentary you guys are trying to get with all this footage. I'm going to need you to give it a little more oomph. Sniffers at least, sniffs the air. I can't even do it as loud as he can. He at least does some bloop, dropping off the body. He at least gives it some more effort. And yes, he did factually say cut in one of his. Yep. So we're going to need you to give a little bit more on your footage here, okay?
Betty, so I'm in Horn Lake. I came here. This place is closed. I'm going to have to come back here.
She's definitely picked up his habit of reintroducing herself 15 times in a fucking stream, though. She has definitely been watching and learning how it goes. Oh, they must have forgot who I was 5 minutes ago. I'm going to remind them. Blowhorn Betty on the scene.
But I did want to cut through here to show you that right here is the Sitco, and over here is the BP.
This video for anybody coming in was posted 3 hours ago. This video is a compilation of videos that she took over the last couple days and previous times of her stalking and harassing Christopher Proudfoot. A lot of people have thought that she went to Tennessee the one time and the one time only, or that she just was there making a ruckus during those days. I have a feeling there's probably a lot more going on. I mean, she's kind of telling us that too.
The BP and the Sitco. I have went to both of those places. The morning crew has never seen Chris or Katie ever.
So let me embarrass her a little bit further here. She is walking into random convenience stores and showing them pictures of Chris and Katie and asking the employees if they've recognized these people. Can you imagine what they're thinking? And this is being done on camera because these places have cameras. So when you're building a case against somebody for stalking and harassment, it's probably not very smart, in my opinion. Again, this is just my opinion, allegedly. It's probably not a good thing to go into stores with cameras and start showing pictures of these people and asking employees if they randomly know the parents of a missing child who are not, at this point in time, by law enforcement, they are not named suspects. Of course, they're suspects because the case is still an open investigation and there's no evidence one way or another. But the last thing we know is that they are cooperating fully with law enforcement. So there are suspects in the term of, we don't know what happened. Sebastian is still missing. But they are not listed in like, oh. But in Betty's head, absolutely.
So nobody, they've worked there for a while.
Head south toward US Highway 51 North.
Closing, so I'm going to be looking at that. I need a.
Don't worry, she's got her GPS leading her on her walk here, so she doesn't get confused and get lost.
Find gas stations that are open in the early morning. It sounds like these gas stations here close around midnight, so they're not the gas stations I'm really looking for at the moment, but I am under full investigation to try to find.
Whoa, wait a second. I think she just told on herself here a minute. Let's back that up one more time and hear that again, because this is my favorite part of the entire video.
So they're not the gas stations I'm really looking for at the moment, but I am under full investigation.
She is under full investigation. Well, shit. Thanks for letting us know, Betty. We didn't have to wait for anybody else to let us know. She let us know. She is under full investigation. She did. She sure did. Betty always tattles on herself. What she actually probably meant to say was that she is doing a full investigation, but she always slips up, and, that's just my favorite part. She's under full investigation. Say it ain't so, Betty. Really? Whoops. But I'll play it one more time because that's just the best part.
They're not the gas stations I'm really looking for at the moment, but I am under full investigation to try to find which direction Chris Proudfoot went, where he's accustomed to going to. I'm looking for specific answers so I can follow his tracks.
Oh, is that another slip up of admitting that you're following him? Trying to track him? Seems to me that was...
Right now, after he leaves home and goes to Yogi, his tracks go cold.
Oh, his tracks go cold. She is LARPing like she is a part of the first 48, 5 months late. Yeah, she is out here acting like Dog the Bounty Hunter 2.0. I mean, she looks the part. Yep, sure shit, B-Tim. Yep. Oh, yes. 100%. Oh, yes. Yeah.
We can't find him. Why?
We can't find him. We can't find him. So this is again admitting that she's not alone in her stalking pieces here. We always hear about her team, which we know includes Sonia. Well, she also has some other creators that she's kind of aligned herself with that I've heard. Rumors on the airways that she's not the only... Well, I don't even have to say the rumors. They put it on live streams themselves that they're out there following him around too. Like I said, I mean, three different people that have been dumb enough to show videos, send videos, and proudly show videos, thinking that there was no problem with stalking and harassing Chris Proudfoot. 3. That doesn't include all the people on the back end that are doing the shady shit and contacting all these places and doing all this stuff. She always says we, but she does have people. She does. She's not alone in her stuff. She might be there by herself in face, but there's other people that do terrible things too.
Why? That's my major question. Why can we not find Christopher Proudfoot? Why can't we not find his movements on the 25th into the 26th and when he came back here?
She's making it sound like he just disappeared into thin air now too. They can't find him. Well, that's kind of a problem, isn't it? He's definitely not missing. No, he sure is not missing. No, he's not. Lisa, people pay her to do this. Crazy as that sounds, no, she does not have a job. She claims that this is her job. She factually claims that this is her job to do this. She claims that this is her business and people are harming her business. Meanwhile, she's the one out here actively showing proudly on screen that she is stalking this family, putting them in danger, dog whistling to have something happen to them, roaming around outside their home at 3 o'clock in the morning, getting footage. They have a missing child. There is no evidence at this point in time to even change it to a criminal investigation. Like I said before, you can have your opinions, you can like and dislike whoever you are. The facts are the facts. Law enforcement will be the one to crack this case, not these people out here LARPing around playing cat and mouse games when they're actually the mice. They're definitely not the cats. It's going to get worse.
When he came back here to pick up his camper. And why is his camper still here when he's not staying here? What is the purpose of leaving the camper here if he's not returning to work? Those are my questions. I hope we can find solutions.
How do you know he's not returning to work? How would you know that? How would you know what he's doing? She's trying to make her audience really believe this narrative she's pushing here.
And answers. So I'm making my rounds. I just came here. I didn't have anybody that saw Chris.
You saw the cut right there. So yes, of course, it's a pre-recorded video of all of her little messy stalking. Can you imagine what she's not showing on screen? Can you imagine all the incidents that have happened that she hasn't recorded and been brave enough to put out? But you notice the lows in the background. She's going to hardware stores.
Here at all, but I talked to somebody at the customer service desk and let them know to please check their footage from February 26th to March 1st to see if there was any possibility of Chris coming in here. And I told him I didn't need to see the footage, but if they did see Chris on.
I didn't need to see the footage. Ma'am, you don't have the credentials to even request to see the footage. Yeah, Emerald Skies, that's true. That's true. She doesn't even have the credentials, but she's going into businesses and asking them to review their camera footage. 5 months into this investigation. No, she's avoiding them at all costs. Are you kidding me? I have a feeling she is probably definitely not taking this to law enforcement right at the moment. As much as she says she's back the blue right now, I bet you she's avoiding them at all costs. They will have it, Laura. I guarantee they already have it, but it has been downloaded, screen recorded, saved. All of it has been archived.
On the footage to call TBI or the FBI immediately. So we're doing our part around here in Horn Lake, Mississippi.
We are doing our part around here in Horn Lake, Mississippi, even though I'm 5 months late and law enforcement has already been here and done their jobs. I'm sure of it.
Bringing awareness to Sebastian Rogers. We're not going to quit until we find out where Chris was. As you see, I'm here at Home Depot. We just left Lowe's, but while I was walking out, when I talked to some of the people, look what was in the parking lot of the Home Depot. A Texas Roadhouse. A Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, no. There is a Texas Roadhouse, a chain restaurant with a location in multiple areas. Case is broke between Revival and her solving the case last night. If you don't know, I'm being sarcastic right now. I should be careful because some people take me really literally. there was a psychic that we reviewed last night, and Revival called what the psychic said before the psychic even said it on the stream. You know, she saw a circle coming up. But once again, solved. Everybody go home. Everybody go home. He thought she was going to say it as a Chili's. Chili's, baby back ribs. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, Betty's a whore. I mean, whoops. That's, you said Chili's.
Is right back here. And we're still looking for Sebastian Rogers, but I just thought it was pretty interesting. Nobody has seen Chris. It's awfully funny. He's been around here for months, and none of the local gas stations have seen him. His local hardware stores haven't seen him. So I'm hitting out on.
And yes, please understand that I am cracking jokes on her. There is nothing funny about this child being missing or the parents of these family members in any way, shape, or form. All of the families that she has stalked and harassed over the years. There is nothing funny about this. But I am absolutely mocking the ever-loving shit out of her. And why I call her a hoe is because she is a part of this group called the Front Row Joes. Yeah, whatever it is. So I call her a front row hoe. It is what it is. Not shaming anybody again, except for her. There's nothing funny about stalking and harassing the family. But I have a feeling she's going to get what she deserves. I have a feeling the month of August is going to be really exciting.
Literally everything today so far.
I had visions, you know.
So I'm going to keep working. He had to have gone somewhere. He didn't just stay in his camper. He had to eat, right? So I'll be hitting some evening places, Applebee's, the Roadhouse, and kind of upper, you know, not McDonald's and Burger King, but I might.
Applebee's is upper class these days. The 2 for $20. What is this shit? What is she doing? Betty, stop. Just stop. Please. What are you doing? But she's going to go to Applebee's. Oh, she did go to Applebee's. She did. I wonder what happened.
Might actually hit those two to see if he has a hankering for fast food. Don't know. We'll find out. All right, guys. So it's been a pretty busy morning so far today. I've went to Lowe's. I went to Home Depot.
It's been a pretty busy day. I went to a couple gas stations. It's such hard work. It's exhausting to drive to gas stations and get out of the car and go in and ask the employees questions. It is extremely exhausting, physically exhausting work. All my truck drivers out there, Betty could never hang.
Went to the Yogi Bear campground. I did see his camper there. I thought he was hiding his truck, but the truck that was hidden was a GMC, not a Chevrolet. So I'm going to go back and look at his truck make and model again to be precise, but it doesn't seem like he's staying, which I think has already been determined, that he hasn't been staying at the camper. Now, we know he disappeared for 17 hours. I'm wondering right now if he took a cash.
Chasing, I think what she actually got bit by was one of those elusive Tennessee cobras. Somehow it made its way home in her backpack from her last trip. I don't even think it was a Pomeranian. I think it was the elusive Tennessee cobras that we've heard about.
Withdrawal before he left, because it is my belief he would have had to stop unless he took tools from the house. He would have had to stop and acquire some type of tools.
Okay, so riddle me this. How could he have not been seen on cameras? Does he have the ability of making his truck invisible? I have never heard of such powers. This man made it home on highways, past stores, past video cameras in the areas, past all of the things. But somehow, some way, he's invisible. Or is it that it just factually didn't happen? I would hope you would understand that there has been no evidence to prove that any of her theories, a chupacabra, that's exactly what it is. We figured it out. But her theories just don't work out. There has been so many agencies involved in this that they would have changed the course of this investigation had there been some of these groundbreaking theories pan out. Oh, that pause. Whew. Read her hat. I miss the America I grew up in. Ooh.
whether it be weights, whether it be rope, whether it be a shovel, an axe, whatever the case may be, machetes, I don't know, right? If you had to go back in the woods. Now, up here on Interstate, there is a whole wooded area, really, like literally right around the corner from the Yogi Bear campground.
Yeah, we know. We sniffed out those woods last night. If any of you are wondering what she's talking about, we actually did factually go sniff out those woods with sniffers on the scene, aka sniffers in the air, aka Silvers in the scene. There is actually an abandoned house back there too. Don't worry though, Silvers has already checked it out. He yelled, "I'm not here for trouble," as he was shaking, scared shitless, because you could still see him from the main road. But that's already been investigated too. He was looking for the ground to be disturbed, and then he realized, oh, there wouldn't have been this much grass in February. Oh, but yeah. Yep. Bloop. And don't worry, he's already looked for spots that you could bloop, just drop off a body.
And it actually has a way to get in there. And there's not a whole lot other than these cones that are stopping or preventing people from getting in there. And I'm wondering if that might be prime, because he would have.
Oh God. Can you go watch your buddy's video that he posted yesterday? Well, I mean, he's posted many videos, but he has already covered those areas. He went out and bought himself a shovel because now he paired up with a psychic from Texas who drew a map. So he found another prime location. So he went and bought a shovel so they can dig some brown dirt. In fact, hold on, let me tell you. So according to the psychic that Silvers on the scene worked with, there is a warehouse, an empty warehouse, a shipping container, a trailer, a water tower, some brown sand, a circular thingamabob, some storage, something with water, some drainage, a highway, a creek, in an unoccupied building. That's where you will find the location. And then he mapped it out and drew some circles. Yep. And even X marked the spot. Sure did.
Have had time. I'm going to go back there today. But again, nobody even knows I'm here in Mississippi yet. And that's going to be
Nobody even knows I'm here in Mississippi yet. Are you sure about that, Bets? You sure they didn't know you were there?
breaking probably by this evening or early in the morning tomorrow is when I'm going to break the story that I'm in Mississippi. And
breaking news. Betty has left Florida to act like a fool once again. Betty is LARPing once again.
And in Tennessee, because I'm going to be leaving the area whenever I drop that information.
So what she's trying to allude to is that when she dropped this video, which would have been about 3.5 hours ago at this point in time, probably closer to 4 hours ago now, that she has left the area. Probably a smart decision to leave the area from what I hear. Hold on. I got a button we can play for this one. I'm telling you.
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
So nobody can interfere. My work is already done before we even worry with people knowing where I'm at, because by the time they know, I'm gone.
Lauren, don't tell her about license plate readers. She obviously doesn't remember that they exist.
So
look at that. Look at this hug. Look at how freaking smug she thinks she is. Look at her acting like nobody knows what's going on. I think Betty left Kansas and every other place. I think she has left the universe truly. She's on a rocket ship out of here. Oh, she probably can't run fast enough, though.
FAFO. That's all I got to say.
Oh, isn't that going to bite you in the ass? FAFO. That's all I got to say. I have a feeling you're going to be saying, I regret saying that. Again, she thinks she's got the upper hand in all this stuff. She thinks she's untouchable. She's arrogant about her stalking openly. That's it. She definitely is in a rocket ship. Sorry, whiskey came and helped. We got to go back through. Give me a second. Whiskey decided. Whiskey, stop touching buttons. Whiskey says, back that up.
Machetes, I don't know, right?
Hold on.
Early in the morning, work is already done before we even worry with people knowing where I'm at, because by the time they know, I'm gone. So
Who does this? Who does this shit to themselves? Really? She's in a legal battle as is and claiming that people are stalking her. Meanwhile, openly taking videos and claiming that she's being stalked and posting videos of her stalking families of missing children. You can't make this shit up.
FAFO. That's all I got to say. How did they hinder my work? They didn't. Damn.
Well, that would you would have to have a job for them to hinder their work. I will, revival. You would have to have a job.
I must burn. See you soon.
Must burn? What must burn? Let's hear that. Let's hear that one once again.
How did they hinder my work? They didn't. Damn, I must burn. See you soon. So I'm leaving Kroger's now. We're heading out here. There's a lot of different Walmarts. Maybe he went to Walmart. There's like 3 or 4 different Walmarts around here. So I'm going to hit all the Walmarts because they've got not only groceries typically, but they've got tools, shovels, and things of that nature. So that's a good hit. So we'll see what we can find from the Walmarts around here, but we've got our work cut out for us today. So what do you see behind me is the Walmart on Southern Parkway. We're here now. I already went through their customer service. I've already let them see the photos I need them to see. Everybody's going to be asking their loss prevention department to look into the footage. If they see Chris anywhere in that footage, they've been asked to call 1-800-TBI-FIND or their local FBI to report the information. So we are on the scene. We are searching everything. We are bringing awareness to businesses that can help. And we're going to continue down this road until we find something. We got to hit some type of pay dirt. It may take a while, but I'm in it for the long haul. Right now, we're going to the big corporations where there's a lot of employees. So I'm going directly to their customer service department to have their loss prevention search their footage.
Yeah. What? She's going and asking loss prevention to go over their videos. She is going. She is I don't even know what to say to this. And these places have camera footage that Betty, you realize giving somebody every reason and proof that you are doing this. Like, what?
So hopefully we can find something that'll help bring some answers to Sebastian Rogers, or at least find out where Chris has been. So while I was in the area,
Okay, I want you to notice, I'm going to put this full screen. I want you to notice the date in the top of her camera footage, because this is dated. I don't know if you guys can see it on your end. Hold on. It is dated 1/4/24. So I'm assuming this is B-roll footage that she just added voiceovers to, or it could be that her camera, she's never corrected the date on. It could be either or. I don't know what she would have been doing on 1/4/24 in this area. Somebody that follows her closer. No, he wasn't missing, but I think this could be B-roll footage, old footage that she just used to voiceover, potentially. I don't know what she would have been in the area for at that time, and or that's what I thought too, chasing. She just didn't adjust the camera, because I think there would have been, it would have looked gloomy, not as green in January. No, it's not April. It's the way it's written. Mm-mm. I don't know. I just think she didn't adjust her camera. That's all I think it is. I think she just didn't adjust her camera, but there's options. It doesn't matter anyways, because just listen to what she says. Who cares about the camera?
decided to take the trip from Yogi Bear Campground to St. Jude's Hospital to find out if there's any places along the route that Chris may stop, because I never found the gas station that he went to fill up regularly throughout the week at this time. And one
Man, she needs a steering wheel cover.
thing that I did find out is that
I just knew somebody was going to see that date, though, that defends her and be like, she's not doing anything wrong. No, it's either she didn't set her camera, or yeah, she's still doing exactly what she's doing.
is a place in South Haven. It's called Roadway. And that is the only place that I was able to get any type of hit of potential sighting of Chris. But
A hit. She's calling it a hit, a potential sighting.
it was a really long time ago, and he has not been back to the area since. It doesn't sound like he stays in the general vicinity any longer, and nobody really remembers him but vaguely many, many months ago.
So she went and found a random convenience store, and because that person doesn't remember him, that means he's not staying in the area, because one convenience store clerk doesn't remember him, potentially might have seen him months ago, doesn't really know.
I will always slay Goliath to find the truth in these cases, even with all the hindrance that we've received from people.
She's slaying Goliath. Betty out here fighting monsters and demons. She is the demon. Bible characters. Here we go.
People that don't care about this boy finding answers or trying to bring Sebastian Rogers home safely. We will continue to fight for these families. We will continue to fight for Sebastian, and we will, more importantly, continue to fight for Seth Rogers. God bless each and every one of you. Don't forget to like, share.
That's the scary part of all of this. You can have your feelings on any of them, but she has gotten way more brazen, because the dad of the missing child co-signs this behavior. In my opinion, this has to be making him look sort of way too, that he is aligned with people that are doing this. Gotcha, Revival. Let me look. On his Clutch the Pearls or his Katie got a warrant. What the fuck are they doing? Are you joking? What are they doing? You can't make this shit up. Let's finish this and I'll show you guys what. Oh my God.
Share, subscribe, and please comment and send me an email on what you think I should be doing next in this case or how I'm doing so far. God bless.
All right. She just films and plays videos again. Okay, I'm going to show you guys this. Oh, I need to renew I canceled my premium because I need to do the family plan. Okay, let's see what we got here. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm going to show you his. So this is his math ain't mathin', builds an alibi. Katie got a warrant, question mark, question mark, question mark. There you go. Do you really think that YouTubers are going to break it if they decide to issue a warrant for Katie Proudfoot? How many? Put a 1 in the chat if you think YouTubers are going to beat law enforcement to announcing that they've issued a warrant. Put a 1 if you believe this shit. Put a 2 if this is bullshit. I want to see how many of you actually fall for this shit. I am really glad to see 2s. Let me tell you, I'm very proud of this chat right now to see 2s. And I'm really proud to see the numbers drop and those run over that co-sign this bullshit to get their breaking information that they will run with. What did I tell you earlier this week? Wait for it. Thursday. What's going to happen? A new big scandal is going to be outed, just like every Thursday or Friday. They make a bunch of noise and everybody runs with it. They feed the YouTube fodder. Scatter like little roaches. Go get your new breaking information from Clutch Those Pearls, who is factually incorrect pretty much 9 times out of 10. That'll be excused. I didn't spell it correctly on purpose. Yep, they're going to run with it all weekend. It'll be circle jerked around from every fucking little channel that feeds off of misinformation. So if you notice, there is JLR will probably do something, Brittany J, John QQ, like the whole group. It just trickles down. This is how this misinformation runs. What is really funny is I have a feeling in a week or so there will be some title changes that might not be clickbait, but I don't think it's going to be about Katie Proudfoot. That's just my visions. I felt like last night when I went to bed way too late because I was mumbling all over the place that I woke up this morning and I might have had, I don't know, dreams, nightmares of something, but we're just going to call them visions now. That's what we're going to call them. I'm waiting for more of you to get out of here before I continue on because I need more of you to run over back to them so you can run with this misinformation because I know there's a bunch of you lurching in here. Yep, they just came out of nowhere. My premonitions and visions. Hold on. We got a special treat. I did get a download. Lynn, that's what I should do. I should set my cameras up and start drawing pictures. I could draw stick figures. That would work for Betty, right? I do have a magic 8 ball upstairs. I asked it, was the visions that the psychics and sniffers in the air seen a jail cell potentially with the dog the bounty hunter look-alike? And the magic 8 ball came back. I mean, it's so factual. It is like beyond belief, mind-blowing information. It said possibly. Yep. Run all over YouTube. Oh, you guys, I'm losing my mind. Betty, I've got a task for you. Hold on. I found the next thing that you need to look for. I really did. Hold on. I got to load this right quick, though. One second. We got a special treat coming up. But let me show you this. I got something for Betty to go search for. Now, this is a really, really hard task that really needs skilled investigation. You're going to have to dig deep within to get the answers. What this says is missing eyebrow. Missing eyebrow, last seen during a live stream. Date, May 19th, 2024, around 10 p.m. Is known to run often. Often found kissing Seth's ass or running the streets with Annabella's left side hairdo, which has also been missing for 14 years. Please call 1-800-microblading if found. I think this is the perfect task for Betty. I think she might be able to find them. There's a peak in a valley last night. Ooh. I think this is the job Betty could actually handle. I really do. I really think that she's up to the task of taking this on and maybe finding it. And if you don't know why I'm cracking on Slimy here, it's because she made some horrendous allegations again last night against the family members of a missing child. And by the way, somebody said, why would you out that she has family in the area? Because she's bragged about that herself, that she is from the area and has family in the area. And when she is putting out narratives like she is and writing letters to Katie Proudfoot, they deserve to know. Hold on. Incoming. More bullshittery from Becky and her wonderful misfit friends over here. The Bad Girls Club. Okay. It's loading. Give it 1 second and I'm going to show you another treat. Courtesy, the missing eyebrow is courtesy of our wonderful cold case Crystal. We are now going to have a wonderful break in our programming for a really important message from Duchess.
Bitch, if I said some shit and you looking for apologies, scram, now you bother me. I meant that shit. Ooh, nah, bitch, if I said some shit. Now you calling me an idiot, but you're still not getting it. I meant that shit. Every word that I said, bitch.
And that is courtesy of the wonderful, beautiful Duchess herself. I think the message has been loud and clear today. Betty absolutely is going to fuck around and find out. Stay tuned. It is going to be quite an exciting month. Be very careful. Make sure you have your extra strength tinfoil on the streets for this weekend because it is Thirsty Thursday. That means all the hoes on YouTube out there running for content. And guess what? Spanky just took the lead this weekend and gave you the next bullshittery. Isn't she, Lee? Yeah. Duchess is a hottie, and that's not filters either. That is not filters. That woman is stunning. Yeah, that's why a lot of these women, they're really insecure. Well, the one is really insecure about her missing brows because she likes to try and drag Duchess. The only thing that's been drug is her eyebrows. Yeah. Call me an idiot again, BHB. You guys, I love you guys so much because you guys just crack me up. Between last night's chat and today, I have had so many laughs. And again, please understand, we are not laughing at the situation of families being stalked and harassed. There is nothing funny about that whatsoever. But the only way you can really even discuss this stuff anymore is to mock them back. These people look completely foolish, and it's about time they get some self-reflection, and they will never do it. So we're just going to self-reflect for them and show them what they look like. They are stalking and harassing the parents of a missing child. And it's about time that people say enough. Again, there is nothing in here that is breaking news. There is no new information. There is no updates. And if you think for 1 second that YouTubers are going to get the jump on the TBI, the FBI in Sumner County, who is the lead investigative agency, and find that there's a warrant for Katie, if you think YouTubers are going to do that, you need to log off. Those agencies have a duty to their communities. Spanky ain't going to ever break that news. Trust and believe. And for those of you that continue to say, well, law enforcement could have lied in all of those interviews. There is a missing child. Tell me what benefit it is to law enforcement to have a missing child and them lie to the media that they are asking the public's assistance in helping find this young man. Tell me how lying to the public when you are actively asking for help to find a missing child is going to make sense. It doesn't. It is not an interrogation where they're sitting down and interviewing somebody and can use those deceptive tactics. This is a missing child who they have called out to the public for help. So that theory that continues to go to, fuck out of here with that. It's about time people use some common sense. Truly. But I'm going to get out of here today, but please understand there is no breaking news at this point in time besides Betty is actively stalking. So is Silver's on the scene. So are other people. Nancy Drew was doing the same thing and sending information to T-Rev. We've still got to talk about T-Rev. It is Thursday. The content circle jerk has begun. So that we're going to fire in the hole. But please understand there is nothing breaking here besides stay tuned, because I think the only thing that's going to be breaking is when we get updates after court next week. And please also remember, at the end of the day, we can all shut this off. This family cannot. Whether you like Seth, Katie, Chris, whether you have opinions or not, at times it's also better to keep those opinions to yourself, because a lot of you are making assumptions, and we all know what assumptions are. The family is going through an absolute horrific time. So pay attention. Please make sure what you are running with is factual, because at the end of the day, you're talking about somebody else's life, things that are affecting other people's lives. Review the shit out of it. Mock the shit out of her. I'm all for that. Shame her. It's time that people stand up to the families, the victims, the people that she continues to make long-term damage and harm. Please follow people who value these families, tragedies, these stories, and tell them with dignity. I'm not even going to give you a list of people, because at this point in time, I think most of us are confused of, oh, I will. I'm going to promote one video, actually. Crimes Under Investigation. Hold on. I'm going to grab her link. She did an excellent video voicing her opinions on what's happening to this family from a perspective of somebody who has been in shoes. I really encourage you to go sub up to this, watch this video. Let me share it. I'm going to share her link, and then I'll share the direct link to the video. We need more voices who show compassion and care and concern, respect and dignity to the families. And that's absolutely what she did. I knew it was probably going to be good when she came in here and asked me to watch it, because nobody asked me to watch their videos. Nobody does. Let me be truthful. Nobody asked me to watch their videos. Nobody. But she did. So I encourage you to please go watch that. It really gives some humanity back to the situation and to these families, and gives you a side that you might not realize from a different perspective. With that, keep your helmets on. I have a feeling there's a few creators. Oh, by the way, listen up for a second. I do have a special guest coming on in a little bit, not today, when she's up to it, but Malicious Intent will be coming on for an expose of sorts in the near future to explain to the people in the back all of the bullshit she has gone through with receipts. And I cannot wait to host her, because I adore her. I kind of try to mom her at times, though, you know. Poor thing. But I look forward to that. Cold Case Crystal, again, another one. Duchess, Arctic Fox, Chasing. All you guys know who I run with, okay? Go check those channels out. Stay away from anal beads. Well, I mean, if that's your thing, go for it too. All right, I'm getting out of here before I really fucking say some shit. Bye, guys. Thank you all for bearing with me. Have a great weekend. No, Genevieve. No, she's like 12 years younger than me. I know, and she's super smart. I feel real old. Yeah, she's only, I didn't want to say it. She's 29. She makes me feel like an old lady. Thank you, Duchess, for dropping links. I'll give it a minute. I'll play it in exit. So, Chico, go check out Chico. We love Chico. Y'all, we need to get Chico's channel built up too. Cold Case, come on now. We got work to do. There's actually some really good creators around here with some real great potential, real great, real raw conversations that are being had. No. Murder Candy Podcast, I'm going to ask you this. Do you think that if she had a criminal warrant that YouTubers are going to break that information? You do true crime. Do you think that Sumner County, with a high-profile case, is going to let YouTubers break that information before they do a press conference or an update? Just a quick question. Could it be potential in the future? I have no idea. I don't know where their investigation is leading them. But I do not think for 1 second that they are going to let some YouTubers who are known to cause shit and cause chaos. I know, I do too, Mal. I look forward to it too. Okay, you guys, I'm going to play you out, and then I will see you guys tomorrow. I forget, it's only Thursday. I'll probably come on with a helmet on tomorrow, because I can't even imagine where this is going to take us at this point in time with their bullshit. Because people who know better are asking these questions. And please let me tell you once more, Ben George is not Seth Rogers. There is nothing about that is factual either. That was last weekend's bullshit. None of that pans out either. It takes 2 minutes to vet this stuff. Come on, you guys, please start using common sense. And even if you like these creators, please start demanding some accuracy, some proof. This isn't a competition of breaking information. These are people's fucking lives. Yes, we need to plan our part 6 too. Okay, bye.
How do I say goodbye? Glad you came.
Closing time.
Hit the road, Jack.
You don't have to go home,
Make the best of this test and don't ask why.
but you can't stay here.
Hit the road, Jack.
I just saw the comment about, I just saw the warrant thing. It says ex parte. Yes, Duchess, I would love that, please. Yeah. Hold on to your horses and be very careful. There's, yeah, how do I, Duchess, do I just leave it? Should I just leave it as is and tell them to be careful what you believe and just wait for things to fall into place? An ex parte warrant is not a criminal warrant. To my understanding. What are people doing? Yeah, mystery. I don't know if it's the same date is what they're showing. Yeah, at this point in time, I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm not sure exactly what that part is going to end up playing into. I'm pretty sure I know what's upcoming in one part of it, but there's not enough information yet. But just be very careful because two things can happen at the same time. Yeah, there. Blah. Okay, I'm going to leave it alone until there's actually factual information to back up what's going on. I'm not even going to pull up the website and show you what they're looking at because it really, right now, there's just not enough information on that publicly available. And I am not going to come out here and twist some sort of narrative or story or anything. Ex parte, please look up Tennessee laws of ex parte. That's where I would suggest you guys start. Ex parte, go find out what ex parte is. Start there. If you really want to dig into that and kind of go through it, look at that. Yeah. Burnt Toast is on tonight. Okay, y'all. Bye.